Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So we're on our way into work this morning, and I figured we would do a little bit of a golf course update today. So it is after the 4th of July. I believe it's July 11th today. You'll be seeing this a little later. And I am quite tired after the 4th. It was really busy. I still think the state of the golf industry is really good. I have no worries about it. The only thing that has hindered me this season has been the weather. So a lot of rain in May and June have hindered my earning performance compared to previous years, which I didn't truly expect, so I didn't really budget for that. So hopefully that can be made up here in July and August, which would be really nice. So we're on our way into work today. Kind of have a quieter day on the links today. Not really too much going on maintenance wise. I just have to get caught up on some book work that I have been putting off over the 4th because it's just been so busy. So I need to get that done today. I was having some irrigation issues yesterday that I ended up getting fixed here. I had 3 heads that were leaking, so I needed to replace 3 of them. One of them was just an old head that was leaking from the top part, so I'm hoping that it doesn't do it here today. I don't know why. The head was essentially slowly filling with water and then was leaking out, causing a really huge wet spot around the head. And then the second head I had repaired was from the original creation of the irrigation system, I believe back in the early 80s. So the PVC main line on a fairway head, these are all fairway heads, mind you. So the original PVC was connected to an original brass elbow that would kind of shape out for the irrigation for the fairway head. I don't know whose bright idea it was to connect brass to PVC. That never works. You're supposed to go PVC to PVC. And I replaced that. So that was replaced. It was leaking from the PVC to the nipple and then to the head itself. So I got that fixed. And that was the second head. The third head was actually an issue with the PVC, so I don't know if it got nicked or cracked during the season here. I think it got hit, and excuse me again, I can't stop yawning. So I think it got hit when I was mowing fairways and essentially caused a small hairline crack where water would eventually leak out. So I dealt with that yesterday, and now I have that done. So we'll see. I ran irrigation here this morning early because I had some, I was just more or less worried about the dryness, especially with the radar, the way it shows, the forecast, the way it shows here for the next, I don't know, few weeks. It doesn't look like a lot of rain. Now, we were lucky yesterday. We received, I don't know, probably maybe a ½ inch of rain in a short period of time. Just one of those random squalls that came up, and it did hit us, which was great. So we did get some rain there, and that was much appreciated. That kind of helped the cause out a little bit. Well, I did get those 3 heads fixed. I was dealing with an irrigation head issue. One of my satellites, the actual main unit wasn't displaying and wasn't powering up. So I got that fixed. Essentially, the switch for the on-off had some random stuff in it from the ants and bugs and spiders or whatever that essentially lived in the box. So the connection from the switch on and off wasn't working right. So I got that fixed, but that didn't fix my control panel issue. So now I have to order another control panel. It's been 2 years since I ordered one. So now I have to order one again, and they're like $400. So I have to call MTI Toro today and get that ordered, and hopefully have it here tomorrow so I can get that fixed. So I don't essentially, as long as the unit is on, that's great, because I still have manual control with the unit, so I can manually control the greens and the tee boxes that really need it, which they do bad. So I just have to be smart on when I water, and I have to do it when people aren't out there. Basically, greens and tee boxes I'm worried about, and that's about all that PED controls. The fairways where it controls is pretty well off. They're pretty wet, so we are going to make a deposit and come right back. So with that PED issue, I'm a little nervous here about when the box will come in, because today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so I have to make sure to get it in by tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to be hand watering, and it's just really going to be a pain in the butt, because there's a few tee boxes there that get baked by the sun, and I just can't have that. They get baked by the sun more so than other tee boxes, just because the sunlight is more, and then the composition of the tee boxes is a little bit different than the rest of the course. So I don't want to be hand watering when people are out there essentially trying to play golf. That's never any fun. And where the PED is positioned, I can't see the rest of the golf course. It's in a woods, so that doesn't make the situation any better. We'll go and check that out today. I'll make sure to get a little bit of that, what I was working on camera today, and where that PED is. Otherwise, not much else to update here. I felt like I got a lot accomplished yesterday, even though I was working on irrigation. What I thought was going to be a 3-hour project turned into an 8-hour project. Fair enough with irrigation. That tends to happen quite frequently. I bit off a little bit more than I could chew, but I wanted to get it done. So now today, when I get to the course, I'm curious to see how irrigation went. This was only the 4th time this year I've had to run the irrigation system. I've had it up and running since the middle of April, and I've only had to run it 4 times. It's crazy. It's just been such a wet year, and honestly, I could have waited till tonight or tomorrow to run it, but that grass is so used to being moist, I don't want to, stress it out right now during these hot temperatures. It's now getting up into the mid 80s, maybe even upper 80s here soon. So the last thing I want to do is to stress the plant out any more that it's going to be stressed out. So we're going to get to that, and should be a good day today. A lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was hell on earth for me, and it was one of those nightmare days where I just couldn't get away from the golf course, and I wanted to get away from the golf course. So today should be a little bit better. But let's hop on the greens mower here and show you what I was working on. Alright, so we're out mowing greens. It's just a gorgeous morning, and this is what makes it all worth it right here. Those first few hours of the day, and I don't get out here as early as I used to, which I wish I was able to get out here earlier, but I gotta put my own health here first. But those first few hours in the morning where the course is just gorgeous, and there's nobody out here to interrupt, you can listen to a nice podcast. It's really what golf is all about. And here we're getting to our first area, but as we look at it, the leak is gone. So this was actually leaking here from the base of the unit. So the base of the unit was leaking, and it was leaking all the way down here, causing this area to be extremely wet. You can kind of see where it leaked down here from there over to there. And it leaked down, but it ran really nice here. I put it a little lower than usual just so I don't run into it with the fairway mower here, and this will all grow back as it dries up a little bit. But yeah, it looks good. Had a little bit of splash here that kind of pushed it out a little bit, but that's okay. That is a-okay with me. Get some of that dirt out of the way here. So there's fix. The first fix I'll show, but this was the second fix. Now we're going to drive up to the third fix. And the reason why this section of the golf course essentially has so many issues is because this is farmland here. This used to be a farm. So a lot of this soil over here on this part of the course, the north part of the course, is kind of clayish, and the further south you go, it's more your typical sandy loam, what we usually have around this area. I've had to fix almost every fairway head on this hole, with the exception of maybe one. So here we go. Here, I had no choice but to put this up higher. So I need to fill it in a little bit better. This is just a quick enough fix yesterday before I ran out of time. I need to, cover the seed a little bit more here. But again, no leak, which is great. This was again leaking from that nipple. But this was actually a PVC to PVC piping fix that I did earlier on. So this is the second time that I've had to fix this. So it looks to be doing good. Of course, this didn't water last night because the ped is up around the corner there, like I was talking about earlier, to actually run these units. So what I might do here is go over to that ped, just kind of turn on what I can turn on here, and leave it run until I maybe come back through, potentially, or when I get done with greens, or when I get done with all my other little chores, I'll just kind of let everything run, to the best of my ability. So we're gonna drive up there. I'm gonna turn on a few of these tee box heads here manually, and I'll worry about greens a little later. But we did get some rain last night, so it's not a huge deal. But again, like I said, it's on my list here to call NTI. But you can see as we're driving through, it is just nothing but woods back here. So it's impossible to see what the heck you are doing. And there's the ped. So it's kind of on me here. I could be the one to clear some of this out, but that may be a fall project. So what we need to do, because clearly this isn't working at all, but now this is that I need to turn on the 5 tee box, which is a 6, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I need to turn on the 6 tee box, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we'll run those now until I get done mowing these 2 greens, and we may turn on the greens here, and yeah, but it should be all running and good to go. See, I can't even tell what's going on because it's so thrown in. Another subject I want to touch on, I've been aggressively rolling my greens about 3 to 4 times a week, and it's upped the performance of the greens so much. And this is just a shitty roller for 150 pounds, not including me on there. So you've got 600 pounds basically of weight going over these greens, but the quality of the greens has been so good this year thanks to just aggressive rolling. When I bought this place, this is my 4th season here owning this golf course, and I had no idea these greens could be so good, and a lot of it has to do with the aggressive rolling that I've been doing. These are so true. They roll so true now that when I go to any other golf course in this area of the state, in northwest Wisconsin, even some of the premier ones, they roll just as true as an $80 golf course. So I'm very happy with the results. I'm very happy that I've been aggressively rolling these greens. It's really one of the best things you can do for your greens as well. Alright guys, so to end out this video here, like I said, rolling the greens is important. It's actually now starting to dry up. So I have irrigation running here at night, 7 minutes on the fairways, 12 minutes for the greens, and 15 minutes on the tee boxes. So it is quite humid out, which is kind of good. So I'm not getting I won't get a ton of localized dry spots. The greens are still very moist, very receptive, as seen with the moisture level here. You can see I do have some thatch that I'm really not too impressed about, but overall these greens are looking damn good. When they get that nice sort of white look to it, you know they are damn good, damn fast. They're rolling true. I couldn't be any more proud of how well I'm taking care of these greens, even to compared to when I first took it over. And now here, I did solid tine aeration last year, and then the previous 2 years I did solid deep tine aeration, I should say, last year. And now the previous year before last year, I did core aeration, and I also did core aeration the first year I bought it too. But that second year I did core aeration, I did the tee boxes, I did the fringes, I did the greens, and it was deep. I went down about 5 inches, as deep as I can go. And while that first year after I did it was not great, I have to say they've recovered so well. They're so smooth and they're so fast that for a 9-hole golf course, I have to say these are one of the, and I played a lot of nice golf courses here in the state of Wisconsin. Just came back from Black Wolf Run, Trapper's Turn, as an example this year. These greens, I'd put them up to any of those greens. I would put them up to any of those greens. So with that being said, guys, that's why you roll your greens. And with that being said, I'm going to let it be. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.